Crumbly, crunchy, moist, oh so scrumptious. Tonight, we are mixing it up, asking the tough questions, like who really has the best blueberry muffin?
I would just say I have the best blueberry muffins, period.
Debunk a muffin myth,
Was the Muffin Man really a serial killer?
nibble on some history,
It was at this point where we went from sort of health food to maybe not so health food.
and meet the muffin makers.
So we want to know, what's your favorite muffin?
I like a lemmy poppy seed. Blueberry, banana chocolate chip.
Mine's double chocolate, which we all know is really just a cake shaped like a muffin, but who says you have to play by the rules? I don't. I eat the tops, not the bottom. How about you?
Top, then top.
I take the top off and then I just go, bite here, bite here.
The whole thing.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
The muffin, not just the sidekick to coffee. In 2023, the muffin market was a whopping $10 billion industry. In 1986, school children of Massachusetts petitioned for an official state muffin, and on May 27th of that year, the legislature made it official. The Commonwealth chose the corn muffin. Ever wonder where this sometimes dense and often delicate delicacy originated?
It's a very American story.
Megan Elias, director of the Food Studies program at Boston University, is a muffin maven.
This is my whole life.
Food, that is, the history of it.
Muffins originally, the first time the word is used is for something in England, probably beginning around the late 1600s. They're sold as street food. They're little disc-shaped things.
Similar to what we now know as the English muffin, ironically, with health in mind, eventually gave rise to a new form.
A little bit before the Civil War, Sylvester Graham, who you've probably heard of because of his cookies, decides that it's more healthy to eat whole wheat flour. So he creates sort of all of these recipes that are going to help people eat this more healthy flour. And one of them is this thing called a gem. And then as chemical leavening agents become much more accessible to people, so once you get that leavening into the gem, it's going to explode.
Blossom they did from those flat nooks and crannies into the monstrous muffin varieties we know today.
All I know is that these things are delicious.
Well, what's your favorite muffin here?
Probably the double chocolate.
The Muffin House Cafe in Medway is a muffin-making machine.
We have cranberry orange, corn, pistachio, banana chocolate chip, cappuccino, pina colada, morning glory.
More than 30 flavors.
3 most popular, blueberry, chocolate chip, coffee cake.
12,000 muffins every week.
I do the top, and then I'll bring it home for my husband to eat the rest of it, because it's impossible to eat it in one sitting. Come on, it's huge.
It's not just the size that matters here, it's what goes into the muffin.
He always says it's the love.
It's the love.
It's the attention to detail. Like if something comes out of the oven and it hasn't peaked properly or it doesn't look right, or even if there's not enough blueberries, we won't sell them. Pumpkin's running low.
And we need to fix that tray.
Sheldon Strasnick and his son Josh are just 2 of the family members who create the muffin magic. That includes the family dog, named Muffin. Sheldon opened the Medway shop, the first of 6 locations after a lifetime of baking. First at his father's bakery, the Broadway pastry shop in Chelsea, when he was just a kid.
As soon as I got off the bus, my dad would say, get in the car, we're going to work.
You're not the muffin man, you were the muffin kid.
I was the muffin kid, yes.
After serving in the Navy, he opened his own bakery in Lynn, when a dinner conversation, as they often do, changed everything.
I said, Sheldon, what do you make that's the best? He says, muffins. So then Josh came up with the name Muffin House, and here we are. We opened, and it was just me. And the very first day, the line was out the door over to that parking lot. And I was here alone, not only baking, but washing dishes and doing everything.
Now the local chain has a staff of over 200, serving everything from cakes to pastries, coffee, and breakfast sandwiches. But there is no question who or what is the star of the show here.
We got 2 blueberry, 2 raspberry filled, and 2 chocolate chip.
They skimp on, well, nothing.
You cut that muffin, you have 2 meals.
From batter to bake to the drizzle and sprinkle that gives your taste buds a rush of delight. Sheldon used to do it the old school way.
Where'd you learn to do this?
From my dad,
All by hand.
all by hand. Keep all your fingers closed.
Okay.
And then grab it like that. Fingers closed.
Fingers closed, got it.
Okay. Then take this hand
Yep.
and just scrape it off.
It's like meatballs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scrape it off. Then take your thumb
Yep.
and do that. Think you can do that? Perfect.
Wow, look at that.
I think you did really well.
He still has the speed, but has upgraded.
It didn't take long for me to get that machine. There was just no way. That's why I have arthritis in my fingers. Yeah.
A small sacrifice for a big muffin.
I feel like we've given a new spin to an old treat. We just put a lot of emphasis on muffins.
Oh, just so yummy. And since we visited the Muffin House Cafe, they've opened another location. This one is in Walpole, and the team there is thrilled about how it turned out. Coming up, just knock for muffins.